About 60,000 children in Nigeria die annually due to complications arising from lack of water and poor sanitation as well as hygiene. This was revealed by WASH experts as they say another 1.7 billion naira is also lost from the nation's economy. Some of them spoke to newsmen in Abuja calling on the federal government to make public toilets available in schools and urban communities. They also want the public to hold government officials accountable, especially in ensuring that they fulfill electoral promises that relate to improving sanitation in public facilities and ending open defecation.
60,000 children die from diseases caused by poor levels of access to wash. 60,000 is just a number until your sister or your cousin loses a newborn child to something that can easily be addressed. And we talk about girls missing school. There are no toilets in school, there's no water. If you've been a girl that has gone through menstruation, you know what that time means. You cannot do without water. You have to wash your hands, you have to wash your clothes, you have to wash yourself. And imagine being in a school where, you can't do that, so that means you stay at home and you miss out on classes. And we say that 160 million people do not have toilets. And then we also say that 40 million people defecate in the open. Open defecation means that you go do your business outside. If you're a guy, you have to pull down your trousers. If you're a woman, you're wearing trousers, you have to pull down your trousers in the public domain. Your dignity is gone, and that's not acceptable. We really have to continue to talk about this, put it in the public domain until government does something.
If we have a situation whereby we have under 5 child dead of about 60,000, that's a big challenge, and that means we all need to rise up to the occasion and know what to do. This meeting is about keeping and making sure we follow up and putting the pressure on the government or whoever is in place to make sure that what they have promised, they are doing it.
Politicians have committed, and we must ensure that we follow through with their commitment. Good governance is about supply and demand, and the economic equilibrium is when there is much pressure from citizens-led organization and group like this, then politicians would have no other option than to supply good governance for citizens. Nigeria can no longer afford to ensure that we don't tackle this crisis. Why? Why? Because this cost us 1.7 billion naira annually. We can no longer afford this crisis. It's better for us to tackle it and ensure that every citizen, and this is a right issue, it's not a privilege, everyone has a right to access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. Thank you.
According to UN report, 50% of Nigeria's population who stay in the urban center live in slums. So these issues we're talking about today are not very far from us. We're committing to ensure that we would walk around urban slums in the FCT and its environs to ensure that citizens, first of all, recognize that the duty bearers owe them that responsibility to meet their demands, and they are not doing them a favor, and they have to lead the process.